The 2018-2019 season in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League has been a special one so far for the Caber and Screaming Eagles, as it was the night when they handed out their hardware in the annual awards banquet. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce someone who has come to the Caber and Screaming Eagles over the last little while. He's done a great job. He's the president of the Caber and Screaming Eagles, Mr. Gerard Shaw.
Thanks, Dave. I had a couple of jokes I was going to present as well, but they're probably as dumb as Dave, so I'll just leave it at that. Firstly, on behalf of Irwin, the shareholders, and myself, thanks so much for joining us to help celebrate this special night and honor some amazing athletes. With your help, we've not only sold out this terrific event, but had to add some additional tables, so it's the biggest year we've had since our inception, so thanks very much for that. The enthusiasm and energy of our fans is such an inspiration for our players and our team, and this support that you show us every year is truly amazing. Since becoming president some 10 months ago, I've listened, I've heard from our fans of the things that you would like to see added, enhanced, and changed in the organization. And mostly I've heard you want to win. I can assure you that the owners are committed to those changes and are committed to building a winner. This is our commitment to you tonight. As our regular season comes to an end soon, I want to thank the fans for their unequaled, loyal support again this season. We've enjoyed sharing this season with you and do not want it to end for months to come. Although we have 23 players, there is a large team of employees, volunteers, scouts who give their efforts and hearts to this team each and every day. They work behind the scenes, supporting their academic path, the challenges and successes, making a home away from home for our players. Our scouts spend countless hours in their cars on the road to get to the rinks, sit in cold rinks for hours, taking notes, evaluating the players to ensure we get the best of what's available. I've done this job as a scout for over 8 years, and believe me, they don't do it for the money. Our medical and equipment staff, team doctors, yoga instructor, physiotherapist, coaches, your dedication to our team is unquestionable. We can't do it without you. I can't say enough about our billet families. Having players who are happy and content in their home environment and support in the good times and bad are the key to our existence. You take so much pride in taking care of our boys and making sure they feel at home. Thanks again. Our business staff is the pulse of the operation who works incredibly hard to keep the business operation providing enhanced in-game experience and facilitating the players' lives. Thank you to everyone involved and also in the game day operations, including promotion staff, video crew, off-ice officials, firefighters, ushers, and anyone that I may have forgotten. Thanks very much to Paul McDonald and his staff at Center 200, who do an amazing job in our facility and our program and helping us in any way they can. We have a guest speaker tonight, and I'll preempt his announcement, but David Dingwall, taking his time out of his busy schedule to join us for some inspirational words. Thank you very much. And finally, my last thank you would be to our sponsors. Your partnership and support is indispensable. This organization doesn't run without you. Now, for the reason we're here. This group of young players we're fostering now is a special group of people. A lot of time is spent by many in the organization to ensure we acquire quality character young men, and I can assure you we have nothing but 23 character players in our organization. You are our present and our future. And although our future is promising, the present is very exciting. With a league that has so much parity this season, anyone can win at any given time. The next few months will be exciting to be part of, and I have every confidence that you will take us on a long run in playoffs and provide a fan experience unequaled in Eagles history. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and I'm proud to be a part of the Eagles family. looking at the past couple of weeks for the injuries, sickness that we have going through the team now, a tough weekend, I was looking for an appropriate quote, and I think one from Tom Brady is appropriate. The body plays the game, but the head and heart determine the result. The right mindset and attitude give us opportunities to do the best we can and realize the potential that is in each of us. I believe we have the potential. Congratulations to each one of you players on your successes, but let's not stop it there. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Gerard. At this time, it gives me great pleasure, and I might say that over the emceeing these banquets for the last 20-some years, we've had, if we did have a guest speaker, we might have had one or two, and but tonight I think it's a great idea. I think that Gerard Shaw and the group with the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles have brought someone to the evening that I think will offer a great message. I've known him for a long time. David C. Dingwall was, first of all, elected to the House of Commons in 1980, won 3 consecutive elections. In 1993, under Jean Chrétien, they formed a government. He served in a number of portfolios, and a lot of very important portfolios. After he finished with in politics, as far as a member of the House of Commons, he also became, during his journey, president of the Canadian Mint. He is now president of a very important institution, an institution that we're all very proud of. He is the president and vice chancellor of Cape Breton University. There's a lot of other things I could say about Dave Dingwall, but I think that's very, very important. He's a friend of mine. Would you please welcome, here with his lovely wife Nancy tonight, Mr. David C. Dingwall.
The time, 2005. The place, Simon Fraser University. The participants, Rolly and Betty Fox. The parents of the legendary Terry Fox. The occasion, the unveiling of the first ever in over 150 years of a Canadian named Terry Fox would be on the loonie dollar coin. And as we walked on the lush greens of Simon Fraser University, Mrs. Fox thanked me profusely for the honor that the Royal Canadian Mint had bestowed upon her son and her family. She cried, she held my hand, and we walked on that lush lawn. And I don't know whatever urged me to say the following, but I did it anyway. I said, Mrs. Fox. She said, no, please call me Betty. I said, I will if you call me David. I said, I have to ask you a question that has been on my mind for many decades. She said, what is it? I said, how did Terry do it? Marathon after marathon after marathon. And she said, you know, Rolly and I don't get those kinds of questions, Mr. Dingwall. I said, David. She said, you know, people don't understand, they don't appreciate, and they don't ask. But Terry practiced. He was in a dormitory, and he would run down, and then he would run up. The brace would break. There would be blood. He would fall. He banged his head, banged his nose, but he got up and he did it again and again. He traced the route, not all of the route, but he traced the route in a car with his brother to try to understand what would be before him. So my message here tonight, particularly those of you who play for the Screaming Eagles and the crowd that would wish to play for the Screaming Eagles, is this: preparation. Do you have the will to prepare to win? There's lots of people that talk it, but there's even fewer who actually practice it. So I say to those Eagles that are here tonight, and I must say that I'm extremely proud of the accomplishments that you have made at your stay here at Cape Breton, and particularly to those of you who have attended Cape Breton University. It is important to prepare and to have the will to prepare to win, which means practices, which means eating habits. It's who you run with, when you do your workouts, how you do your workouts, whether you're focused or whether you're not focused. That's having the will to prepare to win. And the second element, which is as equally important as the first, is the attitude. If your attitude is like many, it's neither negative nor positive. The data will tell you that the attitude that most of us, including young people that are here tonight, is the following: blah, blah, blah. We don't think about having a positive attitude, and we don't think about having a negative attitude. So I share that thought with you. When you get out of the bed in the morning and you put your feet on the floor, what's it going to be? Will it be a positive day or will it be a negative day? And for those of you who subscribe to wish to have a positive and meaningful, you have to have the intention to have a positive day, which will contribute to your success, not only on the ice, but in the classroom, at home, in dealing with mom and dad, the chores and responsibilities that you have to exercise. It will be so much more measurable and profound for you as a person. And finally, because I know the hallmark of public speaking, and that's to be short. Not necessarily in size. But finally, set goals. You can be 10, you can be 15, you could be 19, you could be 25, or you could be like Dave LeBlanc, 72. Don't be afraid to set your goals. And do so with precision, with passion. And make certain your goals are doable and that you adhere to them on a daily basis so that at the end of the month, the end of the quarter, the end of the year, you will be successful in achieving what is important to you and important to the people who love you. My friends, the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles have been a franchise which have had an enormous impact here in Cape Breton. I'm supportive of the Eagles, disappointed. Disappointed, I have to tell you. I tried out last year and I got cut. So that's why I'm speaking so well of them tonight. Maybe there's another opportunity. but they have made a significant difference to our community, to the players, to the fans. And I think we, as members of the community, should say to the players, to the coaches, to the administration, and to the president of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, let us rise and let us say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Dingwall. I would be remiss if I didn't say that Mr. Dingwall was also a feisty hockey player in his day, playing for Riverview, played for Xavier Jr., and he also suited up with the CJCB 1270 No Stars in a few games. And we're glad to have him. Thank you, David. It's the time, it's why we're here, to pass out the awards for the 2018-2019 Quebec Major Junior Hockey League season for your Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. At this time, I'll ask Chloe Richards to come out. She's going to give us a hand in passing out the awards. Our first award is the Casino Nova Scotia Trophy. It's for the regular season scoring champion. The presenter, Greg Matthews, food and beverage manager, and his daughter Madison. Greg is, of course, with the Casino Nova Scotia. With a career high season recording 42 goals and 77 points in 61 games with a few left, the winner, Mitchell Bamas.
I just want to say thanks to my teammates. I think it's important for me to thank my teammates. They're the reason why I'm here today, and for pushing each other each day to get better and for making my job easy. Thank you.
Our next award is the Rotherham Source for Sports Trophy for Rookie of the Year. To make the presentation, Tyler Seymour. The winner, goaltender William Grimard.
I just want to thank all the staff and coach, my billets, Pat and Bob, all my teammates too, and even if they're not here tonight, my parents. That's the reason why I'm here tonight. And thank you, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Sookie and I bowled with William the night we had the bowling, Gerard. And Sookie was a better bowler than both William and I. So. Next, we have the Jim Hawkins Memorial Trophy for Humanitarian of the Year. To make the presentation, Jeffrey Hawkins. The winner, Kevin Mandalese. Kevin is constantly trying to find ways to give back to the community. A great example of this is purchasing tickets for pediatric patients to attend Eagles games, and most recently donating his game-worn Irish-themed goalie gear in support of the Cancer Patient Care Fund at Cape Breton Regional Hospital.
I just want to thank, first of all the sponsors, the fans. Without you guys, I don't think Cape Breton Screaming Eagles would be possible to survive and through all those seasons. I also want to thank Louise and Charlene for helping to promote all the equipment for the last weekend. And also thank Louise and Lynn for all the school visits you guys organized. It's a lot of job, and you guys did great. I also want to thank my billets. They've been great for supporting me and having to deal with me for all those 3 years. And I also want to thank my parents for always making myself remind that at one point I was a kid, and I wanted to always see players from the QMJHL and be around them, and that's what one of the reasons why I'm trying to make a difference in this community. Thank you.
The next award is for Most Improved Player. McLeod Lorway Insurance, the sponsor, the presenter, Marley and Malcolm McDonald. This year's winner of the McLeod Lorway Insurance Company Most Improved Player Award, number 13, Felix Lafrance.
I just want to say thank you to all my teammates, the coaching staff, and my billets, Danny and Marta, and also thank you to the greatest billet brother, Sean Miller. Thank you.
Our next award is the Cape Breton University Trophy for Academic Player of the Year. To make the presentation, President and Vice Chancellor, Cape Breton University, Mr. David Dingwall. The winner of the Cape Breton University Trophy for Academic Player of the Year, number 27, Gabriel Prue.
First of all, thanks everyone for coming tonight. The banquet is always a special night. It's a true honor. I put I take a lot of pride in the time, the effort, and the work I put to make everything fit with my passion. I do it for me, but it feels good to see that it's recognized by others. I'd like to thank the coaching staff for believing in me last year and giving me my chance to live the unique experience that is junior hockey. The whole organization, people working closely or from further class, and for making all this possible. Ryan McPherson and Elie Blondin for putting in place one of the best, if not the best, academic program in the league. You guys are always there for us, listening what we need, and help us in any way possible to make our life easier. The boys, especially from Fresh School, I see your work every day. Online courses aren't always easy, but I see your hard work, and it creates an environment where it's fun and easy to learn and push ourselves. Simon Deshotels for making me the student athlete I am today. My billet, Jean and Dennis, for making me feel like home since I'm here. I would also like to thank my closest friend, my girlfriend, and my family back home for their constant support and help. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my parents that were able to make the trip this weekend. They've always been there for me in my best moment, just like my worst. I couldn't be more thankful to have you in my life. So, Mappa, merci d'être là, je vous aime. Puis, thanks again, everyone.
Our next award is the Tim Hortons Trophy for Outstanding Community Involvement. The presenter, Mary McGinnis. The winner of the Tim Hortons Trophy for Outstanding Community Involvement, Leon Gavenki.
Thank you very much. Winning this trophy means a lot to me. When I came here from Germany 3 years ago, this whole community welcomed me so nice and with a really big heart. And I think trying to give that back with the school visits I do and all the other stuff, I think it's fun going into these schools, seeing the excitement of the little kids when you arrive. It's just awesome, and it motivates you to keep going. And yeah, I also want to say thanks again to the community, and yeah, thank you.
Our next award is the Bobby Joe Ryan Memorial Trophy. It's presented by Molson. And that's Wayne Ryan to come forward to make the presentation. The winner of the Bobby Joe Ryan Memorial Trophy for Best Sportsmanship, Wilson Forrest.
First of all, I want to thank everyone to be here tonight. It's a great honor. Seriously, I wasn't expecting winning this award, but I want to thank all my teammates. You guys are amazing, and all the coaching staff for making this year really incredible. Thank you.
Just a little break in the action. We're moving along quite nicely. First of all, besides welcoming everyone here tonight, also watching at home on television, Seaside Communications is recording the evening, so you'll be able to watch it on television, and we'd like to welcome everyone at home who's watching this evening. Also, I'd like to tell you a little story, a very quick story, about this tie. In 1996-97, Gordie Howe was in Sydney, along with Johnny Bower. They were in for it was Christmas Daddies, actually, and it was at the same time as the Maritime Junior A All-Star Game at Center 200. This is prior to the Screaming Eagles arriving in town, and I was emceeing the event on the ice at Center 200. Now, Gordie Howe was selling his book, and you couldn't get an autograph unless you bought the book. So I introduced him, and he came to the center ice, he and his wife Colleen, and then I introduced Johnny Bower. And when I introduced Johnny Bower, I turned to Gordie, and I was wearing this tie, and I said, might as well autograph it, we're here. And so it is signed in gold by Gordie Howe, but the funny part of the story was that Johnny Bower arrived just as he was signing it, and he said, I think I'm going to get sick. All righty, our next award is the Tokyo Lloyd McDonald Memorial Trophy for Outstanding Work Ethic. Jim McDonald is going to come forward to make the presentation. The Tokyo Lloyd McDonald Memorial Trophy for Outstanding Work Ethic goes to number 5, Antoine Crête Belzile.
First of all, thanks everyone for being here tonight. I think your presence just shows the incredible support you gave us throughout the year, and coming in the playoffs too. Really honored to get it to this trophy. I'd like to thank obviously my parents. They aren't here, but for their support, they really support, and especially to my build family, Charlene and Carmen. They made me feel like home from the first day I arrived in Cape Breton, and really did like tremendous support for me. And finally, my like all the staff, organization, coaches, and obviously players. Thank you very much. So have a good night, everyone.
Our next award is the 94.9 The Cape Trophy, the Fans' Choice Award. To make the presentation, the General Manager of CJCB 1270 and 94.9, Mr. Alan Peddle. A former teammate of mine with the No Stars. The winner of the 94.9 Cape Trophy Fans' Choice Award goes to number 14, the captain, Declan Smith.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious who I thank for this one. I'd like to thank all the fans. You guys have been tremendous my past 4 years, just coming out to all those games, supporting, and yeah, so thank you guys.
The next award is the Eastlink Trophy for top defenseman. I would ask Charlie Cuff, account executive at Eastlink, to please come forward to make the presentation. The Eastlink Trophy for top defenseman, Leon Gavenke.
All right, thanks again. I want to thank all the coaches, Mark, Brand, Johnny, Chuck too, for helping me improve my game and improve me as an individual. I also want to thank Aiden and Rob for all the great work you guys do for us every day at the rink. I want to thank Dave, our bus driver, who really is a really good driver. Thank you. I want to thank Lorna and Pauline from our office for helping me always bringing my parents over, helping out with the flights, and making sure they arrive safe. I also want to thank my teammates, not only from this year, from all 3 years I played here, and you guys been tremendous and making me, being a big part for me, never being really homesick or anything. I also want to thank our fans and the sponsors for all the support you guys give us throughout the whole year. I want to thank Ryan and Cameron and Ellie for my schooling. I think Ryan, you did a really good job communicating with my school in Germany and making sure I get a good how do you say that in English? Jeez. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm nervous. I also want to thank Lynn and Charlene, who made all these school visits with us. You guys did a really good job, and I enjoyed my time with you guys. I want to thank my billets for making me feel home a little bit, and throughout the last 3 years, you guys did so much to me, Luis and Cavell, Malik, Adam, and Drew. I'm just so happy I got you as my billets, and yeah, and last but not least, I want to thank my parents. I'm really, really happy my mom made the trip here today, and she's there, and yeah, so that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about missing that word, Leon. Your English is a lot better than our German. Our next award, the Cape Breton Beverages Limited Trophy for Most Valuable Player. To make the presentation of the Director of Sales for Cape Breton Beverages, Mr. Jerry Stevens. The winners of the Cape Breton Beverages Trophy for Most Valuable Player, co-merited, two guys have had great seasons so far, Declan Smith and Mitchell Bomas.
It's a huge honor for me to receive this award with Declan. But as we spoke to Erwin this afternoon, he said there's no I in team. And without my teammates, like again, I wouldn't be able to be here today. And for all your hard work, guys, I want to thank you guys. But again, I want to thank the coaching staff. Without your guys and without giving me the opportunity to succeed, I wouldn't be able to be here again today. Thank you.
I'm basically going to be repeating what Mitchell said. I'd like to thank all my teammates this year. You guys have been amazing. It's it's in my 20 speech, so I'll get to that after. And also the coaching staff for pushing me every day. And so thank you.
Our next award is the Greg Lynch Memorial Trophy. I would ask Maureen Lynch to please come forward to make the presentation. This year's winner of the Greg Lynch Memorial Trophy, Declan Smith.
That's mine. This is a really special award. It's such an honor to win this one. I think just Greg Lynch to this team is amazing. He did amazing things for this team, and so I would like to thank him and his wife Maureen. I would also like to thank my billet family back there. They're back there, I guess. And so I think just this team too. I've said it already. They make it easy to lead. Like it's this group this year that we have is I'm sure you guys have heard it a lot, is really special, and so thank you.
For every player that plays in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, I'm sure the ultimate goal, at least the immediate goal, is to try to have a good and long career in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Who knows what happens after that? But to be a 20-year-old in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League is an accomplishment. To present the Crystal Eagles and to talk about the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles and the 20-year-olds, Coach and General Manager Marc-Andre Dumas.
Thank you, Dave. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we honor 3 young men who got into this league as teenagers and have grown up to become young men. Honoring them is honoring their growth, their accomplishments, and the inspiration they represent to their teammates. Playing major junior hockey requires you to learn a lot of things as you go, whether how to face adversity, how to live away from home. It helps define you. You learn a lot about yourself when you play major junior, your strengths, your limits, and how to push them further away. And gradually you shape the kind of person you want to become in this world. These 3 young men can look forward to the next chapter of their life with great hope and optimism because they have so much to offer. Firstly, from Matane, Quebec, Wilson Forrest. Drafted by Rimouski in the 10th round after his 16-year-old season, he is a prime example that being drafted late and not making the team at 17 doesn't stop you from playing major junior hockey as an overage and having CIS options. At 18 years old, he quickly worked his way up from being 8th defenseman to playing on the top 4. He is a true example of a player whose work ethic fueled his belief. Steady defensively, hard worker, incredible teammate, Wilson is dedicated to team success. He works hard and doesn't take anything for granted. He trains, practices, and plays as if he had a trident in his hands. Next season, Wilson will be joining the University of Moncton and will play for their hockey team. Before he does so, there is no doubt that he will be leaving his Screaming Eagles jersey in a better place than when he took it in September. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Wilson Forêt.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to personally thank all the persons involved in the Screaming Eagles organization, from the security to the secretary. We do not tell you often, but you guys are investing time for your team, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. I would like to thank Gerard for making the Screaming Eagles one of the best organizations in the league. Thank you. I would like also to thank all the coaching staff, Mark, Brand, Chuck, John. You guys are dedicated every day for your team by making practices, videos, strategies, meetings, game plans, etc. All that by pushing us to our limits and by making sure development as a player is the best. Thank you. Huge thanks also to Robbie, the Roddice Kerr, for all the treatments and the tapings you did. You know, sometimes you were busy with all the injuries and stuff, but you always found a way to make sure everything's right. It also includes all the lunches and snack where we're doing a mess every time in your hotel room. I can't forget my man Aiden, for all the hours you were investing at the ring to make sure our equipment was on point. You know, you were always the first one arriving at the arena and the last one to leave, even if you were really tired. Thank you for that. I want to thank Ellie and Ryan for everything you guys are doing to make sure every one of us has the best results academically. We are one of the farthest team in the league and the one that traveled the most in a year. But we still have access to good resources because of the good program implemented. I also want to thank our bus driver Dave for all the roadies and the hours it took to bring us to the different places in the league. Thank you. Thank you to Patty for all the times you invest for us and our fans by describing all the moments of the games on the radio. Without you, my parents wouldn't be able to see our games and our highlights, so I'm thanking you for them. I want to thank Charlene and Steve for the warm welcome they gave me when I arrived in Sydney during the camp. You know, I was kind of nervous because everything was new for me, but they made me feel comfortable right away. I want to give a really special thank to my second family, Ken, Tam, and Carly, with who I was treated like a king. You guys did literally everything to make sure I didn't miss anything. For real, you guys accept me and make me feel like I've never quit home. It was a privilege to be part of a family like yours, and for sure the kid coming will have the best parents and sister that he could have. I will miss my time with you, Carly, playing Legos and trying to find a good way to assemble your Kinder Surprises. I will definitely stay in contact with you even if it's my first and last year in Cape Breton. Sincerely, thank you. Like Mark said, I've made my debut in the QMJHL when I was 18 years old. It all started when I got drafted by Rimouski in the 10th round in 2015. I remember at my first camp, I wasn't in the plans of the coaches, but I had such a great camp that Serge Beausoleil made a late trade to keep me in the team. I was so happy, but you know, I was still the last D to be confirmed. I started the season being healthy scratch almost every game in the first half, but I've continued to work hard during practices and in the gym to stay in shape. I knew that my chance would come. After Christmas, we had a couple guys injured, and that's where I took my place. My progression went so fast that Serge used me in all part of the game. For me, that year was a confidence builder. All that to say that in hockey, we don't have the control on everything, and it's the same in life. But even if there are obstacles, if you keep working hard and have a great attitude, the doors will open at a moment. After my second year in Rimouski, I've known that my place as a 20 years old wasn't sure. Last summer, I've still had a hard summer of training and hoping to play a last junior year in the league. I remember that day I was working at the golf club in Metan, and I got a call from Serge. I was a bit surprised because he called me early in the summer, and he clearly said with a sad tone, "Hey Will, I have a bad and a good news for you." He said the bad one is that you are traded to Cape Breton, and the good one is that you are going to play as a 20 in the league. My first reaction was, that's so far. But you know, I felt weird because I was happy and lost a bit at the same time. After the day, I've called Mark, and I really felt that I was in good hands. During the summer, I had the chance to meet him in person, and he clearly convinced me that we have a great team and that Cape Breton is a special place. It was a sincere conversation, and I was feeling like he knows me from a very long time. Right after the camp, we had the chance to make a volleyball game on the beach nearby the ocean, and that's where I felt this year was going to be a special one. At the beginning of the year, I met some guys and great hockey players that I now consider as my brothers forever. It's incredible how much junior hockey builds friendship, work habits, and makes you exceed your limits. As a team, we're now approaching the best part of every season, the playoffs. During all year, we had some up and downs, and we had to confront a sad time with one of our soldiers, our captain. But I feel now more than ever that something great is coming. The energy I felt when we reunite in the middle of the ice as a real family was something that I'll never forget. This is the type of feeling we need to bring in the playoffs. We've grown so much through the days, and it's now the moment to give to Cape Bretoners or fans what they are waiting for. Sincerely, boys, we have everything to access to the great honor. Just need to win each of our shifts and to believe in ourselves. Finally, I want to thank my parents for all the sacrifices and the support they give me all along my career. Unfortunately, they can't be there tonight, but without them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I will always remember my time in this great region, and I couldn't be happier to finish my junior career in an organization like the Eagles. Cape Breton, thank you.
Thank you very much, Wilson. Now, Mitchell Balmas from Sydney, Cape Breton. Mitchell was drafted 7th overall by Charlottetown in 2014. In his first season at 16, he recorded 5 goals and 11 points. At 17, 20 goals, 34 points. At 18, 21 goals, 51 points. And at 19, 42 goals, 72 points. Currently, in his final season, he is already at 42 goals and 77 points with 3 games remaining. Those numbers are a reflection of continued growth, and everyone knows there is no growth without struggle. No question that Mitchell has displayed incredible resilience along with the growth mindset during his major junior career. He currently has 319 regular season games played. The high mark of his career is winning the Memorial Cup with Bathurst last year. Mitch has 45 playoff games and 4 Memorial Cup games on his resume. That's a total of 368 games. No doubt that with all that experience, that seeing it all attitude, Mitch is a key leader for a team and his teammates, but also for his community. He will have several options following this season to pursue his career and his studies. Mitch had to make a big loop before coming to Cape Breton, like making a trip on the furthest planet from the sun, Neptune. Mitch was traded from Charlottetown to Gatineau to Bathurst before making it back home this season. Ending his major junior career here in Cape Breton is quite special for him and his family. Growing up as a kid, he idolized the Screaming Eagles, and now he wears that jersey with pride and with honor. At the end, he will leave the jersey in a better place than he took it. Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Mitchell Balmas.
I'm prepared for this one. I can still remember my first training camp in PEI as a 16-year-old. I was scared and a whole lot nervous, but insanely anxious to start. I got settled in, met the coaches, the office staff, and finally the players. From all that excitement and newness and energy, there's one conversation that stands out. There's one thing I learned that has stuck with me for 5 years. Ryan McKinnon, who was a fifth-year player, told me, enjoy every training camp, every practice, and every time with the guys, because before you know it, your junior career will be over. I thought he was crazy at the time. I thought to myself, 5 years is a long time away. I have lots of time. Now here I am, reading my 20-year-old speech at the end of my junior hockey career, and I can't help but wonder where those 5 years went. I was lucky enough to spend my first 2.5 years in Charlottetown, where I was able to meet my great billet families who took me in as a young 16-year-old kid and helped me grow and become independent. I had great teammates to play with and made some solid friendships that will last a lifetime. From Charlottetown, I then moved on to Gatineau. I didn't know what to expect with being my first time traded. At first, I thought it was a negative scenario, but it turned into a positive. During my time in Gatineau, I was given more responsibility on and off the ice. I had the opportunity to play and develop as a player. My fondest moment in Gatineau was being able to play in the outdoor game in minus -1,000,000-degree weather versus the Ottawa 67s in front of a crowd of over 10,000 people. During my Christmas break, I learned I was joining the Active Bathurst Titan in their push for the President's Cup. I was one piece of several players to join the Titan during the trade period. We were able to go on and win the President's Cup on home ice in front of the whole city of Bathurst, and then go on to beat the host team in the Memorial Cup final in Regina, Saskatchewan. It was a great accomplishment for myself and all of my teammates that we will remember for the rest of our lives. As a long flight from Regina was landing, excited to see the community of Bathurst standing on the tarmac waiting to celebrate our victory, I was hit with another jolt of excitement. As I turned on my phone, Twitter told me I was going to be able to live out a childhood dream and finish my career with my hometown team. Being able to play for the team I grew up cheering for meant everything to me, even though I'm still afraid of Screech. Being able to move back into my childhood home to live with my two brothers and my parents, who have supported me all through my journey, made my final year that much more enjoyable. They may not be the perfect billet family, but they were perfect for me. Thank goodness for all those reminders and tips from the other billet moms. First off, I want to thank the fans. All of your support has meant the world for us. Seeing the seats filled game after game gives us the energy we need. I want to thank everyone in the league for making these past 5 years the best of my life so far, for making my time in the queue a positive, memorable, and exciting time in my life, for helping me develop as both a person and a player. To the Eagles organization, everyone is top notch. It is not always easy being the hometown kid, but I could not have written the script any better. The professionalism, support, and kindness I received from every member of the Eagles staff is second to none. To the coaches, thank you for believing in me and giving me every opportunity to succeed. I felt trusted, respected, and valued as a player. That kind of support has meant everything to me. To Rob, Rotis, Steve Kerr, Bartman, or whatever nickname you've been called that day, to make sure I was always ready to play every shift. Aiden, the amount of work you put in the rink is off the charts. If I needed my skates done or a new stick or anything at all, I knew I could trust you to have it done perfectly. To all my family, all the support you've given me over my lifetime, through the ups and downs, it hasn't gone unnoticed. Live streaming every game at home, and probably even yelling at me to move my feet or shoot the puck more. Whether it's helping me with a school assignment or just calling me because I was bored and wanted someone to talk to, I knew all you guys would be there for me. Most importantly, I want to thank my family. My brothers, Brett and Kenzie, for always being my biggest fans and supporters. Even though growing up with them, they never let me have it easy. They would always put me in place if I ever needed it. Finally, thank you to my parents. I would not be here today if it wasn't for you both. You have supported me in my love for this game since I was old enough to walk. All the 6 a.m. practices, and all the pregame meals, and all the road trips. I appreciate it all. You were both with me every step of the way. From being a kid in our driveway, shooting pucks till dark, the backyard rinks you built for us, all those spring leagues, those late night phone calls, and FaceTimes when I was away. The pep talks when I needed them, and the kick in the butt when I needed it more. The list is endless. You have always supported me, and I always known you were in my corner. For all of it, thank you, and I love you. In closing, I leave you the top 5 lessons the Q has taught me. Work hard and never give up. Every shift, every practice, every day. Expect the unexpected. What you fear may be a blessing in disguise. Give back. We are fortunate to play in this league. It is not a privilege. Sorry, it is a privilege, not a right. Sign the autograph or take the extra picture. Be appreciative. Say thank you. Say it a lot. To everyone who makes living this dream a reality. Enjoy every minute. It goes by very, very fast. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. Finally, our team captain from Antigonish, Nova Scotia, Declan Smith. First time I met Declan, he was 15 years old, and our head scout, Jack Carriere, and myself interviewed him prior to the 2014 draft. We held the interview at St. FX University, and his dear mother was present. Jack and I were really impressed. He was candid. He didn't hold back. You could see he had some nepe in him, taking no crap, and looking you straight in the eyes. His mom let him speak for himself, showed support, maintained eye contact with us and with her son. Jack and I were hopeful to select him. We knew he had everything it takes to be a great Screaming Eagle. When the draft came, we really wanted to take him, but we had no 3rd or 4th round picks. I don't know what the GM back then did, but there was no picks in those 2 rounds. Declan was finally selected in the 4th round by St. John. At Christmas that same year, we acquired his rights along with Olivier Leblanc. When I called him, his words were, I am really, really happy about the trade. Needless to say, both him and Ollie will go down as outstanding leaders for our team. Declan is our captain, and he represents a lot to our team, to our coaches, and to his teammates. He is a true leader and a true big brother. With 262 games in the league, including an impressive 27 playoff games, he has left a mark in our dressing room and on this team. We all know how motivated he is for the upcoming playoffs. It is quite special to be talking about Declan tonight, as I was his coach when he played his first game in the Q, and tonight, several years later, we honor him as one of our overagers. Declan, I know that life has brought a lot of adversity on your path these past months. Know that you are defining yourself through those events as someone with incredible resiliency, leadership, and potential. You will be leaving your jersey in a much better place than when you picked it up 4 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, your team captain, number 14, Declan Smith.
Okay, it's going to be hard to beat those 220 speeches. Wow, what a journey this has been. It's really hard to pick where to start. So I was traded here at the age of 16 from St. John. Mark really didn't waste any time getting me. I wasn't really sure what to think at first, being a young kid in this league. I didn't have much knowledge, but I was happy at the fact that one day I will live my dream by throwing on the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles jersey. I was lucky enough to be called up for a couple games when I was 16 to get my feet wet. And I knew from the second I entered Center 200 that I would absolutely love it here. The culture of this team is just amazing. I would like to first start off by thanking the upstairs staff that do so much behind the scenes work. Lorna, I probably see you the most as I'm up there almost every game looking for tickets. Pauline, you're very important as you're the one who makes sure if I get paid or not. Peter and Sean, thanks for the day in, day out hard work you guys do. It doesn't go unnoticed. I'd also like to thank Gerard Shaw as he has brought some really great things to this team over the past year. And to Erwin Simon, who has brought some things to this team that makes it truly unforgettable. I'd like to move on to Ryan McPherson, the education advisor. You always made sure I've got my schooling done, and I know that wasn't always easy. So I'd like to thank you for that. I'd like to move on to the bench staff and the training. Aiden, who I also like to call Diesel. You're always thinking ahead of me. When I need a new stick, it's already there. Or I need my skates done, sharpened, it's already done. You've been on top of everything. Robbie Kerr, you're the guy to always put a Band-Aid on me. And this past year, I think I've needed one too many. But you always made time and made sure that I got back on the ice feeling 100%. Scott and Chuck, you guys have the hardest job, and that's dealing with the goalies. Patty McNeil, you're my go-to guy for any stat in any league. It's no wonder you're recognized as one of the best broadcasters in the queue with your passion of the game. Johnny K, I always look forward to our skates together as I know I'll be in for a tough one. But every time I come off the ice, I know I get better. Husey, I can always count on you for a good chirp or to make sure I have my hat on forwards. But you've helped me grow as a player, and I'm really appreciative of that. And Mark, These past 4 years I've been here, you've always had my back and made sure I was in the right state of mind. Especially this last year, you've been very understanding of what I've had going on, and I can't thank you enough. I've learned many life skills from you, whether it's on the ice or off. I'd like to move on to my teammates. You guys have been by my side through the absolute best times and the absolute worst. And there is no way I can put into words to describe what you guys mean to me. And I want all of you to know that down the road, if there's anything you need from me at all, I will always be there to try and help or just to be a friend. Now to my billets, Annette and Jerry McLean. These two humans might be the most caring individuals I have ever met. I wouldn't even say second family about you guys. You guys are now considered family. You guys have cared for me and loved me for 4 years. Honestly, I don't know how you haven't kicked me out. But you didn't. And I'm extremely grateful for everything you guys do. Whether it's a last minute, can the whole team come over to watch the game tonight? Or just an ear to talk to. You guys did it all. So thank you, and I love you guys. To all the fans, thank you for your tremendous support through my 4 years here. It's been very heartwarming. You guys are what make this team possible. And without you, I couldn't have the joy of making a favorable chapter of my life. And to my family, my dad, my 2 brothers, my aunts and uncles, and my grandparents. You guys have been rocks for me. And it's because of you I'm able to speak here today. And to my mom, who isn't physically here with us anymore, but she's always with me in my heart and everywhere I go. I'm the person I am today because of her. So as we come in to what I expect to be a lengthy playoff push, I encourage everyone to come out and watch. Thank you. Go Eagles, go.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to give the mic now to Dave LeBlanc. Safe travels back home tonight. And see you at Center 200 for the playoffs.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for 20-year-olds, Marc-Andre Dumas, all the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, and yourselves for coming tonight. Thank you very much. See you in the playoffs. Good night. The Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, the most valuable players for 2018-19, Mitchell Bomas and Declan Smith. Mitchell, first of all, an honor to be on the same podium, being a most valuable player with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you come to the rink every day and you see Declan's work ethic every night, and he doesn't take a practice off or a game off. So it's really good for me to share this award with him.
And in your final year.
Sorry?
Most valuable player.
Oh, it's amazing, especially with him. Like this guy knows how to win. Won a Memorial Cup, President's Cup. He comes to the rink ready. He knows how to do it, and I enjoy playing on his line when we play together. And he's just a genuine good guy.
And Declan, and it happens in your 20th year. You mean, as far as the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, you're a 20-year-old. Tell me about that and your experience with the Eagles.
I mean, it's you learn a lot each year. Every year you play in the league, you learn a lot of new things. So it's being 20 is it's really special. There's only allowed 3 20s per team, so it's an honor really to be a 20 on any team, let alone here. I've been here 4 years, and it's to stay with one team for 4 years is pretty special too. So,
Mitchell, first penalty you took in the league here at Center 200. I think I announced your name as being Brad Bombas. Of course, your dad had played with the Capers, and anyway, it was a special year to be your first year in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. But now you've played 5. You're almost finished now, but it was a pretty special experience.
Absolutely. I had 4 great years, and
around the other teams in the league. I enjoyed my time a lot, but coming to my last year, like I said, being able to finish my 5th year in the league and at my hometown team where I grew up cheering for, it meant so much for me. And to play with the guys around here, it's a special group here, and I couldn't ask for anything else.
It's not over yet, though.
No, exactly. Long playoff run.
Same thing for you?
Oh, for sure. It's I can't wait to see what brings. It's always going to be. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Playoffs is always fun, so it's a different season now. So.
MVPs Declan Smith and Mitchell Bomas. The Cape Breton Screaming Eagles Rookie of the Year goaltender William Grimard. And William, your first year in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, how does it feel to be the team's Rookie of the Year?
Oh, good. I wasn't expect that, honestly. When I came in August, I wasn't able to speak a word in English, and now I made a speech in front of 200 persons. So yeah, I'm grateful, and I just want to thank all my teammates and the coaching staff for that.
First year, quite an experience?
Sorry?
It's quite an experience first year.
Yeah. I'm learning a lot from Kevin, from my goalie coach Chuck, and I'm just happy to be here.
Another major award winner for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles in his 2018-2019 season, the top defenseman Leon Gavenki. Leon, you're a long way from home in Berlin, and it's been great an experience. I know you've said that already during the banquet tonight, but and now you're the top defenseman.
Yeah, it's a great honor for me to be here and get these awards, and it's always been a special night. It's always fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Has this, since you came from Berlin and Germany, and has this been all you ever thought it would be?
Oh, for sure not. I came here with honestly no expectation. Sorry. Well, the only expectation was I wanted to play in the NHL. That's why I came here. But around everything, it's been so great. Like I said in my speech before, the people here are so amazing, and it's so nice to see how they welcomed me with warm heart. And yeah, it was just a dream come true for me playing in Canada.
Have both experiences helped you, playing at the World Championship level and playing in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League? Did they go hand in hand?
Oh yeah, it did for sure. It was a great time, especially this year with winning it at the end, and it's such a great experience and such a great honor to play for your country. And but yeah, it's really nice.
Thanks, Leon. We'll see you in the playoffs.
Thank you.